Soul. Atma.
Oh, Atma is comes to the individual. I'll give a small hint.
Society.
There is one word that ends with that.
Humility. Spirituality.
Humanity, energy.
Spirituality.
There's another dimension between humanity and humility.
Totality.
Pardon?
Humility.
No, those are qualities. What somebody said, you want your students to work with you. These are all characteristics. I'm asking for a dimension. Humanity is not a characteristic, it's a dimension of education.
Ability.
You're not looking up your Google saying what is the word LIT.
Possibility. Quality.
You're all absolutely non-patriotic. So you have to be patriotic. You have to learn about your nation. So these are the three steps: individual, nation, and mankind. These are the three dimensions. There is the, so we can say this is the nation. Humanity, or I would put it in a different way, mankind, and the individual. So at last it has taken us almost an hour to get to the meaning of integration. And we all say, oh, I'm an integrated education school, and what does it mean, physical, mental, vital. Before you come to that, madam, understand the real meaning of integration. So it's only when we integrate the individual with the nation with the humanity, that you are giving an integral education. So don't think that if you go to the subject and say mathematics, how do I teach them, and then I open that book and my textbook and they say, you have been given lessons, I know that I want a lesson also, a lesson plan. So in your lesson plans, if you just make a lesson plan, this is the chapter I must finish by this Tuesday next and this 31st of April. You are finishing the lesson. But you are not contributing anything to the child except, you are giving him some information which the child will definitely forget. So in integral education or transformative education or the new education, every time the teacher has to keep how to give these three dimensions. Understand? Let's understand first of all. There are three dimensions of integral education. First of all, let's call that as the three dimensions. Now I come to the next point. The second, what is the second one? National or nationality, nation. What is that one? Mankind or humanity. Okay, those, I think I'll take your own seminar from Bangalore, from Ananda, from PhD. I'd like to concentrate on the first one. What's the first one? Individual. Let's concentrate on this. Now here some of you may know your answers. What is this individual consisting of? Or made of? Yeah? Physical, the body. Okay, I think you are well trained in that. We call that the word mind or the mental word?
Mental.
Mental education. Why not mind education?
Mental.
Huh?
Education of mind.
Mind. But in technical education, what is it called? Mental or mind? You have to mobile and ask Mr. Sarvesh, what is the word? Mental education, mind education. Are you sure about the word? Well, I don't know about that. What is spelling of psychic? I know only that much. Beyond that, I don't know. So let's not discuss about that. So we have said this mental, vital, physical education. That all of you know. But what is the meaning of this word? What do we do for the mental education? What do you do in your teacher in your classes?
Feed information.
Improving your skills.
You go tomorrow on Monday, first period, you say, today is my memory skills class.
Not like that.
What is it?
Mathematics.
Monday, first period, what do you have? Science. Something else, physics.
Yes.
English, you are English master. So what is it that we have on Monday, first period? English, mathematics, science, physics. What are they called? Subjects. So we have some subjects, whatever they are, it doesn't matter. Now, when we teach the subject, what do we do? Anyone is the principal here in this class? I hope not, because the other on 26 the principal is going to come. But before that, let's talk about the principal. You see, what the principal says on Monday morning, I want the lesson plans. So Sunday night, you sit down with madam. Sunday madam, 9 o'clock, the lesson plan. But when you go to the classroom, you really follow the lesson. Every comma, every word, you have to. Sometimes it's not possible, otherwise you follow. Right?
No, sir. Actually, we can't follow. It changes.
See, according
All of the changes.
That's what I wanted. You see, mentally you pick something. Lesson plan for the week, lesson plan for the month and all that. But a true teacher is one who changes it because he sees the child. The child is not receiving what I want in my mindset. So why should I impose it, put it down his throat? Hey, I want to finish my mental plan. Yeah, you understand or not? Imagine poor child, I mean, what's happening to him? So if you do that, please resign from your school because you're not integral education. So what you said is exactly what should happen. When you enter the class, you see the child. You say the word child-centered education. You know, we have all learned this word, child-centered education, integral education. Somebody said right in the beginning. We have all learned big word, child-centered, transformative, integral, mental, vital, physical. But I want to know what is it that we want to do. So when we enter the class, we see the mood of the child. It may be class 4, class 5, class 7, which class you teach? Up to 7. So what we mean by the child-centered is exactly this. That you have something up your mind. But you have to see what is it that the child is able, capable, wanting to receive that day. And the knack is that you may want to give the child what you have in your mind, but then you have to see in what manner they would like to take. Which is sometimes a play based, sometimes it's a song, sometimes it's dances, sometimes it's quiz, sometimes it's this. And same lesson you can give to the child in the manner befitting the day, the mood, the hour. Then you are the wonderful teacher for India. So what we are doing now is that we are giving just subjects. And we want to finish my syllabus. But what is it that we want to do in our education? It's not subjects. Subjects, okay. What does mathematics bring to a child? To the calculation, bring to the child mental development. What does it bring? Applying concepts.
Logical thinking. Logical thinking.
Logical?
Thinking.
Logical thinking.
Analytical thinking.
And what does science bring? Or your English? What does English bring?
What of words, communication, ability to communicate, learn about words, applying those words while speaking.
Comprehension practitioner. We are missing. You teach poetry. What is it?
Appreciation.
Appreciation. And then what else?
Joy. Joy.
Then,
To recite, to sing.
and do you write any poems in your class? Do you ask the children to write?
Yes.
What
Creativity. Creativity.
Creativity. What is the basis of creativity?
Unless they learn, they have the capacity to enjoy,
Enjoy.
appreciate.
Yeah.
It's of the
Imagination.
Ah.
Imagination.
That's it. Imagination. So what is it that we are trying to understand? That science says you are giving a logical understanding. Languages say that the poetry and all that they say we want imagination. Then physics will give you something else, an analytical. So what is behind the subject? That's what we should understand. That we have to develop faculties. Faculties of mind. Now, which are those faculties? You have named them: imagination, analysis, whatever. Logic, so reasoning capacity. What is it? You see, in the ashram, we have a kind of a bilingual system. Things are taught both in English, and not the same subject, but also in French. French is used for teaching physics, chemistry, mathematics, and English for history, geography, and other subjects. So basically, physics, chemistry, mathematics is taught in French. And the mother was asked, why do you teach these things in French and not in English? And mother was very clear. She said, French as a language is more precise than English. So you see how beautifully she did. A language which is more precise in its expression is used for mathematics, physics and chemistry, which require precision, accuracy. You cannot say, oh, I think so. There is no question of thinking. It is this answer and that answer. So English is more useful for creativity, artistic, because English is much more flexible. French isn't. It is a very precise language. And this is what we need to understand on the faculties. So, French, what I want to give you in one hand, in brief, is that let us not consider subjects as subjects alone to be finished by your plan. If you can concentrate through this subject, through this lesson plan, through this idea, something happens. In fact, you should invent now, if in integral education you erase this word, you have to have the faculties to be developed. Faculties, what we said here, there are lots of them, not one, there are dozen faculties. So now what we can do is, if I want to have analysis, What is good is maths, not maths.
Physics.
Pardon? Physics, whatever. If you want to say logic, maths. Now we see the reverse, the other way around. The subjects are only helpers to help me develop a faculty. You see, we reverse the rule. So you don't say, I want to teach mathematics. You should say, I want to teach the child the logical thinking. Now, if in your logical thinking, mathematics alone is a subject, or can there be something more? You see, now that's the challenge for the teacher. That's the challenge for the principal. So you can go, some of your organizers of schools. You should not see for logical thinking, what are the things I can do. Maths is a convention now, but everybody accepts it. But apart from maths, can I have one period per week for some other non-curricular activities, but which teaches logical thinking? So that would be the trend of the thinking of the integrated education. Not follow your subject. You will say, no sir, we have to finish the syllabus because we have to finish a grade and then we have got 5th class, the syllabus is there, ICSE, CBSE, whatever. You have that. But you see, anything new comes very slowly. You have seen a big tree, under that there is a small little tree, the sapling that comes up. It takes years, but one day the sapling grows big and the other one becomes small. That's what is our attempt. Today we are small. Nobody recognizes integral education. But it's getting faster, it's growing very fast. So what you do is that for these faculties, you sit with your principal, with the heads of the department and 4-5 teachers and say, hey, maybe we have something more. So you say, maybe logic, why don't you have your computer programs, there's some computer program, give me a name. And any name that you have, so you learn computer program where there is a logic applied. So you say, hey, why not we introduce the child to this computer program? So that will improve the logical faculty. So our entire thinking now turns around and it says, hey, I want to improve his faculty. Because after all, what you have taught, what subject you teach? Language. Your own language. What subject you teach? Math. Now I don't remember mathematics at all. Except my plus, minus, use that I forget now. You use your mobiles or you use your calculator. So what has the school given me after all? Subjects? 0. I don't remember physics, mathematics, chemistry, none of those lessons. So what is the end result of the child when he grows up? Subjects are 0. I mean, he may remember vaguely, yes, I have done one experiment like that, but apart from that. So try to imagine that you are taking so much trouble to teach subjects which are never remembered after 360 days. The child goes to next class, he finished. And when he leaves the school, it's complete. Just theoretical physics and mathematics, terribly boring. So now what I'm trying to bring up on you is that we are doing a thing which has no value for the child. That is teaching subject. But now if you concentrated on these, that's what my higher course child does. We teach him the faculties. So he can go to China, he can be a gardener, he can be a painter, he can be an architect or a philosopher or a journalist. Because we are including his faculties. So when you want him to be a successful man, the one who learns physics, chemistry is successful or one who learns practice is successful. And mind you, I must tell you great humility, 99% of our ashram schools are successful in the society. They earn well, they situate well. If you think that going abroad is a success, 80% of our students go abroad. So what's wrong? So we have proved last 40 years that improving faculties is a better success and a greater everlasting success for a child than teaching subjects. So shall we learn this lesson that do not teach subjects, improve the faculties. That's the first lesson. If you do that, then your whole motivation, your whole idea of teaching changes. Your principal may say, no madam, you are a physics teacher, you must go. Okay madam. But you're not teaching physics, you are teaching the logical analysis. So every lesson that you teach, you bring out that analysis. And not all the time say, hey, I want you to learn analysis. But you are conscious that you are teaching in faculty group. And it will be much more interesting. Because you are not bored with this lesson plan that you have been given. You can invent, you can come up with new ideas, you can look up into Google and find out some new things. It becomes much more innovative. And the examples can be galore. So friends, in the mental education, we have learned a new lesson. That erase the word subjects in integral education. Take up the word faculty. Faculty development, not included. Faculty development. If you do that, you are doing a good job on Mirafic and now even your languages, same thing. Words, sentences mean nothing. But if it improves his imagination, his creativity, prose writing, poetry writing, jump with words, play with words, but they're all along with us, there's some kind of a joyous enthusiasm. There's a great joy in words, the rhythm, the sound, the beauty. Bring out that joy. Telling the word, sculptor. Sculptor is not one who makes statues. I mean, you have your smart, this thing, bring out the word, beautiful sculpture, and say, how is it doing? So the word sculptor should be a living thing for you. And bring him 100 different examples. So what I want to say is, develop this faculty which, some of our, tomorrow we are here for 4 days, we will see what are the faculty we can do. So that's one thing. Now secondly, okay, I did that.
So will you explain faculty in detail?
Pardon me?
Will you explain this faculty in detail? Will you define?
I will come to that
Can you
later.
differentiate subject and faculty much more?
I'll tell you now. You see, you said that word logic when you did mathematics. What improves, what you really give to the child is a logical analysis of his mind. So if a child is not understanding your problem, mathematical problem, what is the meaning? What is the problem with him? That he is not able to understand the logic of it, how the problem has gone. So if you explain to him better, this is the steps, step 1, step 2, step 3, you ought to be showing him the logical steps or the rational steps or the consecutive steps. Then once he understands the logical steps, he'll say, yes, I have understood it. And next time, he applies the same 1, 2, 3, 4 steps on the next problem. So what you're trying to do is improve his logical understanding, not a question, lesson 44, lesson 7, I'm not interested. So right from the beginning, try to explain to him the logic of the problem. That's the key you are giving him, the master key to understand. We'll come to that later. There are a few more examples I'll give you. Now next one I have now in the vital education. Now that's a bit of a tricky thing. Mental we have to choose subjects and all that. What is this vital education do? What you have all learned? Huh? Baba, don't give me that word. I don't know emotions. What is it with emotions? I want to tell you vital education. What is the vital education? EDU. What are you doing for that? Emotion is fine, understand the basics. But what are you doing for implementing vital education?
Art, type of arts.
Art. Okay. Huh? Behavior. Behavior good. Yeah, I'll take that. So let's call this you said some kind of artistic thing, okay? Somebody said behavior. What are the things to do for vital education?
to poems, creativity.
Creativity, yeah. How do you bring out creativity?
Giving them to write some poem or story like that. Language classes.
Okay, if you are language teacher, you are giving the creativity, creative activity, fine. So what is other activity? Don't you have anything? Music?
Dance.
Dance, drama and all that? So we have all these things, activities, so-called, you say, now it's a dance class, a drama class, a painting class, a music class, everything.
My sense of art is not painting, sir. All type of arts.
All types of art, fine. So, we will take that into consideration, all arts. All that we said, music and dancing and painting and all, fine. So normally, the moment we say vital education, all this integral education schools follow this kind of an activity. And we are happy, yes, I got vital education because my children are going for music and painting and all that. But what is the problem here? What are you trying to do? You are again converting music and painting and dance into a subject. You see the point? You see, painting class madam. So we have converted that into a class. Painting class, music class. But what is it that the child? Okay, he becomes a better painter, a good dancer. Now what my question is, what is the impact on the child? Happiness, good?
The child learns to think.
Sad happiness.
Sad happiness.
Emotion.
Enjoyment, emotions, happiness.
Imagination will improve.
Imagination will improve.
Getting of all the stresses through such activities.
Pardon?
Getting free from all the stresses that you had.
Getting free from the stresses, yeah, that's a good point.
Skills.
Skills. You have been repeating the word skills 6 times. Now what are the things?
Window present talent.
Inner
Talent.
child. Oh, inner child. No, it's a nice thing. You have all said very rightly. Okay. You have first of all, you said joy,
Develop the imagination.
imagination, fine. But what is the basis of aesthetics? When you say aesthetics, what's the word that comes to you?
Appreciation.
Appreciation,
Freedom.
freedom of expression. Aesthetics itself means what? Language master.
Enjoying the beauty of nature. Enjoying the beauty of nature.
The word is beauty. The word beauty and joy are inseparable. So aesthetics means appreciation of beauty. So when you have this appreciation of beauty, automatically you get joy. So what is it that the true value that you want to give to the child? Is the child must learn to appreciate beauty. Not just give you a painting and say, madam, I done my dancing classes. Okay, you may be a good dancer, a good musician, and all that. But fundamentally, in the character of the child, is there a very spontaneous appreciation of beauty and joy? That's the thing that, as you said, in mental education, we give logic, we give imagination, we give analysis, we give observation, we give all kinds of things. In aesthetics, you have to see that the child develops sensitivity to beauty. Get the point? Yeah? What does it mean, develop sensitivity to beauty?
To respond to beauty instantaneously.
What is that?
Respond to beauty instantaneously.
Last one I'm taking.
Instantaneously.
Instantaneous. It's not a kind of and I want to repeat that for that.
At the moment we look at something very good, you respond by smiling or
the important thing.
Expressing in your face.
Yes, you said it very rightly, that's why I got it indicated. To respond to beauty instantaneously.
Just because you want to please somebody, it's not like that.
Yeah. So what is that emphasis of instantaneously? What is the importance of that?
It comes from within.
Ah, very well. It comes from within. It's a spontaneous gesture. You're not mentally thinking, oh, I'm seeing something beautiful, I must please you. Say, hey, madam, you do such a nice thing. It's not flattery. Flattery is not spontaneous. That becomes a crooked value. You want to please others just to please and get some good marks and appreciation. That's why your word tries to say instantaneously, spontaneously, instantly. So, now what is my student doing? He has got all the mental faculties being developed, not at a way, but you teachers are giving him. And when I go to this dance, music and arts classes, I must see that the child is developing this sense of beauty. Now, you got it right. How does it impact his behavior? Somebody who responds to beauty instantly, spontaneously, what is his behavior in the society?
Harmonious.
You said? Very good. Excellent. Did you hear that word? Harmony. And what is the other thing that he would have? One is very beautiful, he said, he has the personality or the characteristic of harmony. That's lovely. There's one more thing. Pardon? Positive. You see, the word you say, attitude is still something mental. I'm speaking about the emotional thing now. Harmony, somebody who respects, appreciates beauty, he has automatically joy. Okay? So, your positive thinking is out of that joy that is there within him. There's something more. I mean, just try to imagine somebody who is looking for harmony, wanting this harmony. I mean, if we, I will not tell you, I want you to tell me. What's the other reaction you may have in society, or in the family, or in the classroom?
Respect.
Humanity.
Respect. What is that?
Humanity.
Empathy, love, all that is there because he's having this joy. So we have sympathy, empathy, love and all that. That's fine. That's second point. Harmony.
He may be treated as a well-social being.
Well,
Social being.
well social being. Okay, because of harmony. But if, imagine, will that boy go to the street and burn the bus? Yes or no? Why will not this child who has harmony, who has aesthetic development, he will never go and burn a bus? Why?
He knows the pain of that.
Huh?
He knows the pain of that. Pain in the sense, what type of violence it can create. Who will suffer because of all these? So because of all these empathetic skills, he may be able to imagine the other side.
Very good. I'm very glad you answered. Yeah, you want to say something? So what's happening? This boy or this girl,
If the same thing happens to me, then what will happen? So that person may think in such a way.
so there is this question of a,
Putting himself in others.
he withdraws, he repels from violence. But violence, the other word is, what is the opposite of beauty? Ugly. So he repels from all that is ugly. And ugly, one of the things is this burning the bus. It's not violence. For him, he repels and rebels maybe from all that is not beautiful. That means all that is ugly. He says, burning the bus, ugly. Not visual ugliness. What is it? The pain. People suffer. So there's disharmony, quarrels, religious quarrels, Hindu Muslim. So that deeply hurts him. He says, no, I can't do that. You see what kind of a child I have brought up? Somebody in corruption. It's not a mental theory, Ananda theory saying, hey, we are against corruption. Fine, on a political movement. But if my child tomorrow grows up and says, no, Anna, I will not do that, not because you have told me. But it's against my born nature. My heart will not allow that. Why? It's a love of duty. So now what I am trying to emphasize is that your vital education is not just painting and art and music and all that. They're good as skills. Fine, they may get you a job tomorrow. But I'm not interested, as you see right from the beginning, integral education is not just subjects, is not just music, is not just that. That's the outer expression. But what I'm trying to see is how with the child, the first one, mental faculties, second one, a being who loves beauty and harmony, and one who lives love, beauty and harmony can never do anything that's ugly, violent, corruption, anything uncouth. I mean, even if he wants to beat somebody, hit somebody, slap somebody, give even a gully, abuse. Imagine the smallest thing. Even abuse, it will not come to his tongue because he will get hurt. He says, no. That's not harmony, that's ugly word. Even the word vibration, language master, you will get word vibration from the dirty word. You can't even utter it. So you see how much you have changed the child? So it's not just subjects, friends. It's not just music, it's not just dance, it's not just that. What we are interested in is the inner development. What is happening to the inner child? The feelings are changing, the emotions are changing. And all this is the object of you, the teachers. You see here, I have not changed your syllabus. I have not changed your CBSE system. And yet I have brought in what the Fasa is the whole education. If 50 teachers can do that, you will wait 5 years. You will see 250 will do that. Because management will be happy and say, okay, don't disturb me. My syllabus, my class, my grade, my recognition, my affiliation. You don't disturb them. And yet you can begin a revolution from the beginning. So you are producing proper human beings. A human being with an integral personality. Deep, are you ready for a break? You can find out.
Yeah, I think so. Can you continue? I will get it.
Yeah, just find out.
Yeah.
So now we have this important thing. So, in the vital education, what is it that we can say we have learned is aesthetics, aesthetic development, because in the mental one, what did we say? It was faculty development, development of faculty, faculty development, now in here we found that aesthetic development is much more than teaching a child a few artistic skills. And that will happen if you really give him only a period. We say painting 1 period per week, mathematics 5 periods per week. You see how much disbalance we are bringing into the subject? Because we consider this is not important, you must develop maths and physics and all that. So what equilibrium, what equation we give? Maths 6 periods per week, painting 2 periods per week. They are completely disbalanced. And then there is one more thing when I was talking about the subject. This is just to go back to your development of the faculties. One thing we do is
periods. First period, mathematics. How long is your class? 45 minutes. Second period, what do you take? Physics. First period you have mathematics. Second period you have physics. Third period you have language. What's happened to the child? Have you ever thought from the point of view of the child? You have fought 45 minutes, you have taken your notebook and out you go. But what's happened to the poor child is sitting there. Last 3 periods is sitting there. First period maths, second period physics, third period English, and fourth period maybe geography. What must be happening? Have you ever entered into his brain and seen, beta tumhara kya ho?
Assimilation may miss.
Pardon?
Assimilation may miss.
Assimilation may miss. What is the spelling of miss?
Maybe missing.
Missing. Is that the right word? Assimilation to be missing? It's completely absent. I won't say miss. He cannot assimilate it from me. So what are you doing? I come, fill with mathematics is cup, I go away. Physics teacher comes, where are you filling it up? The cup is already full. So you have wasted your breath unnecessarily, you have put the lesson plan, but you are filling over that same cup. It doesn't take anything. It's not missing, it's nothing is there. So you see the other blunder that you are making? You think you have done your lesson plan, but the poor child, he has absorbed nothing in the second period at least. So all those are second period, you tell your principal, not to go to the class. So what's the fun of my going? Your child is already full. If the teacher has taught well, the child is full. So what should we do to take away this mistake? What can we do? Any suggestion?
Rearrange the time.
Pardon?
Rearrange the time.
Timetable.
Break.
That's underway.
It must be become a continuous single subject. Same subject can be continued for a longer time instead of giving slot wise.
There are several solutions. Rearrange the timetable, give a little break, have similar subjects for longer periods. So you see, there is a need to rethink about our timetable. You see, all the time we say child-centered. Somebody said the word. Where is the child-centered? You are doing according to what you want. My time, second period, third period, fourth period, fifth period, take a tiffin and go back home. A poor child, and then I don't like a child staying in a single room for the whole day. We are building a school near your place. No. I told them, don't keep the child in the same room. I mean, imagine if you are sitting there for 6 hours. The moment you see Ananda lecture, thank you, sir. Nice lecture, but for 6 hours, my back is aching, my stomach, my brain is full. So let us change the child also from place to, at least let him take up the bag and walk up to the other room and says, oh, nice, it's a different room. And different seats. You know, every day that A fellow, B fellow, Papa sit like that. He becomes a furniture in the whole classroom. Why don't you give him some freedom? Yeah, today you won't sit there, today you won't sit there. I mean, you would feel better. At least tomorrow don't sit in this arrangement. I won't feel good. But tomorrow I'm not coming for the lecture. Now what I want to do is a joke, and I'm telling you that giving the freedom of space, of time, of break, meaning what? Time to assimilate. Give him between periods 10 minutes break. Close the door, lock the door, and you go. Let the people, children shout down to what? At least they will empty the cup a little bit. So next time when you get children, keep quiet. They will be happily keeping quiet. Because when you go in the second period, they will shout because all like that. So the moment you say keep quiet, you give it a noise. So what we want to do, we have to rethink about our time. And what we did in the ashram when I was a child.
Is it gone or is it really?
Looks like there's no current.
No, no, your break is okay? I'll show
Yeah,
you.
break is okay, you can come for this
Okay.
thing. I would just like to ask something to the Varangal group,
Yeah.
otherwise you can go.
Yeah, maybe we need a break to assimilate. Okay, I have been talking for an hour. So now jump around, empty yourself, empty the cup and
You just
take a tea cup
take
and come back.
Take your tea over there, it's right in the dining. Is there anybody who is kind of a leader of your group? This, I mean the Varangal group?
He's the leader.